how quickly we could see these prices go up at the stores.
We heard from the CEOs of Best Buy and some others that you're going to be feeling this in potentially weeks.
Because anything that now leaves from Canada, Mexico, or China is subject to those tariffs. Julia Fellow, WTMJ News.
In Caledonia, a woman found stabbed to death. Her teenage son is in custody.
When police arrived at the Caledonia home late Tuesday, a 15-year-old boy immediately surrendered to authorities. Officers inside the home found a woman dead that was later identified as the boy's mother. An initial investigation indicates the woman was stabbed and also suffered blunt force trauma. The teen now faces homicide charges and remains in custody this morning, though his identity has not been made public. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee Public Schools has reached a contract agreement with new Superintendent Dr. Brenda Caselius. During Tuesday's special meeting, Board President Marva Herndon expressed optimism for the future of the district.
With Dr. Caselius at the helm, the board is confident that our district will continue to rise to the challenges of an ever-changing educational landscape.
The board also approved an agreement with the city of Milwaukee regarding school resource officers. The cost to place the officers in schools will be split 50-50 between both sides. While much of southeast Wisconsin has seen plenty of rain this morning, the precipitation turns to wet, slushy snow this afternoon. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Tyler Moore says low pressure moves through area just north and west of Milwaukee will be the first to see the snow.
If you live up towards Fond du Lac, even out towards Beaver Dam, even close to West Bend, you could see some of that mix occurring by lunchtime today. Most areas, though, don't see it start to occur until closer to 2, 3 in the afternoon, northwest of Milwaukee, and then the entire metro area starts to see that switch over as we get towards 4 or 5 p.m.
Slushy accumulations may impact the afternoon drive, as will very gusty winds. A wind advisory is in effect at 2 p.m. for all of southeast Wisconsin. Your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up in less than 5 minutes. Right now, time for news about your money. In the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update, Dow up 48 points, NASDAQ down 16, S&P 500 down 7. Financial planning at every level, Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:05.
Great Midwest Bank has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed business technology company. The bank's IT systems administrator, Michael Quizon, comments on the value of local.
We call on them at any point, they're there. We ask them any questions that we have, they're there.
James Imaging Systems, local business technology solutions, local support, local accountability. Luther Gray, Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales for the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra.
If there are issues does arise, and they're very prompt, polite, and professional. It makes me feel empowered because I find it very easy to resolve something.
James Imaging Systems client, Al Leidinger, president of Matheson Manufacturing, summarized the benefit of local.
James Imaging has been a really good partner with us from the beginning.
Go with local. Go with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Hi folks, this is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. At BBC, we sell all the top brands of lights and ceiling fans, such as Visual Comfort, Tech, Schoenbeck Crystal, and hundreds more. We get every brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. In our award-winning showroom, you'll also find factory closeouts with lights and fans priced well below their original cost. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 10 to 4, and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's, near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Bucks beat the Hawks of Atlanta 127-121. The Bucks host the Mavericks tonight. Also tonight, 12th-ranked Badgers battle Minnesota from Williams Arena. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited, siding and a whole lot more. Also tonight, number 20 Marquette visits UConn. Milwaukee begins the Horizon League tournament as the 3rd seed tomorrow night. Brewers are back in split squad action this afternoon, squaring off against the White Sox for a pair of games. And Brandon McManus agreed to a 3-year deal with the Packers, a deal worth nearly $15 million to stay with Green Bay. Take a look at the roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. Streets are wet. Use some caution if you're out there out and about, and they could be slick with ice this afternoon. I-43 south at Silver Spring Drive right now, the right shoulder blocked due to a broken down vehicle. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Wind advisory in effect from 2 o'clock to midnight for all of southeast Wisconsin. Rain changing to snow this afternoon. Temperatures will fall. High today 45, looking at freezing 32 by 6 p.m. Snow showers should end early tonight with an overnight low of 24. Sunny, breezy tomorrow, high of 40. A light snow again on Friday with a high of 38. Flurries possible Saturday night after a high of 42 and partly cloudy and 49 Sunday. 33 in Madison, 35 in Green Bay, 43 in Milwaukee. I'm Connie Weber. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:08.
We like to do things by the numbers. We're all about commerce and community. Welcome to the Upswing, presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs. Now for the host that's always on the upswing, Jeff Sherman.
Now, to business, gentlemen. Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee. Hope your day is off to a great start. A good day this Ash Wednesday. No matter what your faith is, what you believe, to just reflect a little bit, be thankful for the leaders and the lessons and the mentors in our lives. Today, we're going to be talking just that. We're going to do our best to marry sports and community and leadership. They all go together, right? Sidney Moncrief, always one of my favorite basketball players. In my mind, as I grew up a young boy in Milwaukee, I got to go to many games during that epic time of the Bucks, like 1979 to 1989. The Bucks had the third highest winning percentage in the league in the 1980s. Through 10 seasons with the team, Sidney Moncrief averaged nearly 4 assists per game. He shot 51% from the field, and he scored at a clip of almost 17 points per game. At a glance, maybe not knockdown offensive stats, but 5-time NBA All-Star, a defensive stopper, 2-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year, and just always this consummate player coach. When you watched him play, he was always talking. He was a great teammate, and I as a young kid, I just really admired the way he played the game, and those qualities drew me to him. Quick little story, if I may. When I was 10 years old, I wrote him a fan letter, and I asked him 3 questions. I think those questions were like, I was 10, right? Where'd you go to college? What are my chances of making the NBA? And one other question I don't even remember. And he answered them. He actually took the time to respond via U.S. mail, sent me 2 3x5 cards, provided an autograph to, answered the questions. His answer, by the way, to my chances of making the NBA, he said 1 in 1 million, but I got to tell you, I think it was more like 1 in 10 million. But regardless, NBA legend Sidney Moncrief is going to join us in the show today to talk business, to talk basketball, talk books, and more. So that's coming up next. But first, as we do each and every morning, let's go to Up.
Now it's time for the Two Up on the Upswing.
2 Up, 2 things in the business world that I'm seeing that you need to know now. No matter what your mind takes you, how your mind takes you to Doge and Tesla and Elon, keep EVs on your mind. Tesla is looking to give its sales a bit of a spark by offering customers charging perks and cheaper financing to help turn around a slow start to the year. The company's offering free lifetime supercharging on the Model X and the Model S, free lifetime supercharging, and the Model 3s and other discounted older models now are being advertised with 0% APR and nothing down or due at signing. In addition, it's interesting, the company's starting to talk and even advertise the federal EV tax credit, which President Trump has said from the get-go that he's threatened to kill. Keep an eye on it, but I think you're going to see more and more incentives on the EV side coming. Next up, first tee at Doyne. Milwaukee County and its golf courses in 2024 saw a record for revenue and the number of golf rounds played. Now the county's looking to further improve Noyes Park Golf Course on 82nd and Good Hope Road. First Tee of Southeast Wisconsin last night presented a proposal to the county's Commission of Parks and Culture for a new development at Noyes. The nonprofit's been operating program at Noyes Park since 2022. The organization is now looking to build a new 15,000 square foot year-round indoor golf facility with outdoor upgrades to the game area, a new 9-hole putting course, artificial practice green, and more. Milwaukee County Parks Director Guy Smith told the Milwaukee Business Journal these incentives are crucial for making golf and its valuable lessons accessible throughout the entire year to all Milwaukee County residents. Coming up next, we won't tee it up. We're going to tip it off with Bucks legend Sidney Moncrief. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Wisconsin winters are unpredictable.
This is history. Never had a tornado touchdown in February.
We keep you updated on blizzards.
Winter storm warning has been issued for all of southeast Wisconsin, and it's going to get really, really dicey.
Blackouts.
Tens of thousands of customers across southeast Wisconsin are without power this morning.
Icy roads.
Very, very slick conditions pretty much everywhere.
And more with WTMJ Fleet Farm Storm Team alerts on air and at WTMJ.com.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank, they've been doing banking differently since 1896. Your financing requests, they can be approved in days. You don't have to wait weeks because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand. They provide top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. Horicon Bank, they always get the job done. Together, doing good. That's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business grow. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam members employ more than 7,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 14th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil promotion. To date, Adam has donated over $875,000, which provided over 2.6 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Looking ahead to life's next adventure? Hi, I'm Mike Yancey from Yancey & Associates. Whether you're buying a home or launching your dream business, we know there's a lot on your plate. But here's the thing, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1946, we've helped Wisconsinites like you secure, protect, and grow their version of the American dream. Our team is ready to tailor the perfect plan for you. Learn more at ansay.com. That's ANSAY.com.
Welcome back to The Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. So after a successful playing and business career, Sidney Moncrief's been writing books. He's been teaching leadership lessons. He's been consulting. And he's been talking about the game in so many different ways that has given him and his family so much. He has a new book coming out. It looks at grit through a grandfather's eyes, and he's going to tell us a little bit about that later. But in 1998, quick story, if I may. In 1998, when Sidney Moncrief was being inducted into the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame, you know, all the plaques that hang right outside of the old Mecca, the now UWM Panther Arena here in downtown Milwaukee. I was a consultant with the Hall of Fame, and I got to write the inscription on Sidney's Hall of Fame plaque. And I also got to walk him to the stage as he was introduced into the hall. And I told him the quick story that I just said before the break. Just that quick story about, hey, Sidney, when I was a 10-year-old fan, young fan of the Bucks, probably like thousands and thousands of kids, I wrote you a letter. And you took the time to respond. You answered all my questions. You were busy. You were new to the league, but you took that time out of your day to respond to a young fan. And truly, I just cherish it to this moment. And the fact that professional athletes take time out of their day to interact with fans, especially go way back when, the old school U.S. mail, right? To write the answers, sign an autograph. Leaders communicate. And I've always truly appreciated that about Sidney Moncrief. We're waiting. He's just coming down the stairs. Sidney's going to join us in just a minute. But you look at the time that Sidney Moncrief spent in Milwaukee. When he came to Milwaukee, it was 1979. Coming from Arkansas, coming from Little Rock. And he was about this young kid walking into the studio right now, getting drafted to the Bucks. And I really want to know, what was his fond memories of his time in Milwaukee? So Sidney's in studio with us today. I know you got a lot going on today. I really appreciate your time. First, the haircut looks great. I love the shaved head. It's a good look. It's natural. That's good. Yes, indeed.
Haircut.
All right. So Sidney Moncrief, Bucks legend, joins us in studio. Sid, how do you view your time in Milwaukee?
Life-changing. Life-changing. The importance of where you play could never be underrated. And I felt that it was a natural fit. I didn't know it would be a natural fit, but it was. I liked the people here, the city. It was small enough to where I didn't feel like there was a lot going on. I couldn't get in too much trouble here, which is a good thing. And it was just, I remember when I was drafted, Jeff, by the Bucks. And back then you didn't have the internet. You barely had TVs back then.
Yeah.
But you had the encyclopedias.
Okay. All right.
And I said, I need to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Where's Milwaukee, Wisconsin? So I went to the encyclopedia, and I looked it up, and the pictures were in black and white, which didn't help the cause. So you saw the smokestacks.
Yeah.
And you saw the history of the industry for the city of Milwaukee and what have you. So I read it. I'm saying, okay, this is very, very, very interesting place. Then when I got here, it was even more interesting because I was on Wisconsin. I sat on Howard Johnson on Wisconsin Avenue.
Okay.
Remember the Howard Johnson?
Yeah,
there?
I do. Yep.
And there was a Heinemann's.
Okay. Nice.
On the corner. Get their good waffles. And I remember walking out the door to the hotel, and I saw too many people talking to themselves using profanity. I mean, like talking to themselves. I said, God, some crazy people in Milwaukee. I remember saying that. Years later, John Steinmiller, we were talking, and he was driving up Wisconsin. He said, oh, yeah, this is where the mental institution was. And I didn't realize that those were people that had just kind of left, and they were taking their, I guess, stroll down Wisconsin Avenue, and they were just like not stable.
Yes.
But it was certainly not the indication of the people here in Milwaukee.
Yes, indeed. So there was a lot of mentors on that team for you. I mean, you came in, Coach John Nelson. Who are some of your teammates initially that just kind of taught you, showed you the ropes? I mean, you had Quinn Buckner, you had Junior Bridgman, so many others on that team.
Yeah, we had Harvey Catchins.
Yeah.
We had Junior. We were close to the same size, and I remember watching his team play in Louisville, where they had that tremendous team, and they were leapers, and they played a certain way, similar to how I played, which meant there was a certain amount of respect. And then Harvey Catchings, we did a lot of things together, Junior, Harvey, and myself, dinner after games, movies, and what have you. They were true professionals.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, most people on that team helped me because they were visually, you saw what it meant to be a professional. Quinn Buckner, right? Great professional. We had Marcus Johnson. We had Kent Benson. We had some really solid guys on that team.
Yeah. So Milwaukee made you into who you are today. When we come back, Milwaukee's still kind of home for you. Your wife teaches here. I want to talk a little bit about what she's doing to inspire the next generation of leaders. And then we'll talk about never stop believing, never stop coaching. We're in studio with Sidney Moncrief. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
If treating your Top Gun has taught us anything,
the Dallas Mavericks have Luka Doncic, and they traded for Anthony Davis.
it's that the sequel is never as good as the original.
I give you Captain Pete Mitchell, call sign Maverick.
Talk to me, Goose.
The Mavericks head to Milwaukee to take on the Bucks.
Pocket pass to Giannis, who soars in and plunges it through with a one-hand slam.
Our Bucks radio coverage starts tonight at 6:30. We are the home of the Bucks. WTMJ.
Beer fans, travel lovers, and history buffs, this is your dream vacation. Join me, Sandy Max, on a 10-day journey through Germany, Austria, and the Czech Republic. We'll enjoy Munich's famous beer halls, sip our way through Salzburg's historic breweries, and discover Vienna's culture and craft beer scene. Then end the tour in Prague, where ancient history meets modern brews. From iconic castles to authentic flavors. Grab your passport and let's raise a glass to the ultimate beer adventure. Limited spots available. Book now. Email me, sandy@WTMJ.com to learn more.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
We're on the air in 3, 2...
Hey, it's Vince Vitrano. John Mercure here. Wait, does that car say Pella on the side? What's Gina Della doing here?
Sorry, I'm late.
We're on the air in 3, 2...
Recognize my voice? Get used to it.
Talk all things Windows, business, and being a boss in more ways than one with Gina Della from Pella's very own show right here on WTMJ. Starting February 1st, tune into What's the Difference every Saturday morning at 6:30 or stream anytime on WTMJ.com.
What a tease.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Tariffs and the threat of their implementation have become a central part of the United States trade and foreign policy. What are tariffs? How are they implemented? And what sectors of the economy could benefit if they're put in place? Join me and Annex Wealth Management's Dave Spano, Chief Economist Brian Jacobson on March 11th at 1 p.m. for their informative webinar. Learn how your portfolio and your financial plan might be impacted and affected by tariffs. Visit the Annex Wealth Management webinar page at WTMJ.com.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined in studio by NBA legend Sidney Moncrief, who is in town today and tomorrow and Friday for a couple of corporate events that we're going to talk about later. So, Sid, Milwaukee's still kind of home for you, right?
Oh, yeah, I love Milwaukee. I still live in Arkansas.
Okay.
And I live in Dallas, but I love coming back to Wisconsin. It feels like I never left.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's the type of town that 30 years from now, people still have the same phone numbers. Think about that.
Yes, indeed, yes.
Same phone numbers. Very, very stable place, and I love being here.
And so both you and your wife are really diving in to inspire the next generation of leaders. She's a teacher in the area, correct?
Well, she's a chief academic. She's an executive for
Make
St.
sure you get the
Augustine.
title right,
Yeah, make sure we get that right. But she's a 20-year educator, teacher for 20 years, and now she's in charge of curriculum development for the St. Augustine Prep School.
Okay. All right. When you look at how you grew up, large family, really strong emphasis on discipline and hard work, two-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year, how did these early life experiences kind of shape your approach to not only playing the game, but what you're doing now in business?
I think when you have discipline at home, it carries over. A lot of times we expect for the school systems to raise and discipline and make our kids great, give them these solid core values and principles. And that's just not going to happen much if it's not happening at home. And for us, there were such a high expectations of doing things the right way and doing things you were told to do. When you started playing basketball, you did things you were told to do because you had to do it when you were at home. And that meant so very much. I think the way I grew up, playing all the time, playing outside, competing, everything was competition, pretty much, except academically. But when you, but when you were like out playing follow the leader, playing football, whatever you were doing, you were trying to win, which meant you had to put forth effort and energy. And that certainly carried over into basketball.
And did you, when you're in practice, how did that mindset come through? Was it coaching? Was it just inherent in you? Like, to be a defensive standout and to go for the extra rebound, like, that's just got to be something that's inside of you.
Yeah, I think part of it was because even at home, I did my chores, whatever I had to do. It was at a high level. It was at a good pace. It was done the correct way. When I got to basketball, I had coaches from Coach Johnny Greenwood in junior high school to Coach Oliver Elders in high school to Coach Eddie Sutton. You had to do things a certain way. And they emphasized effort, being a good teammate, following instructions meant a huge difference. When I got to the NBA, it was easy because I had those built-in principles that were taught when I was younger.
Yeah. And you've packaged a lot of that in your leadership books and in your corporate training now.
Yes, I have. I'd like to keep things simple.
Yeah.
Because people are more likely to understand things or do things that they understand.
Yeah.
And so when I do my workshops, I try to think, what would impact me? What would get me inspired? And that's what I incorporate into my curriculum.
When we come back, I do want to talk a little bit about your passports and just the leadership principles that you share with companies, because I think they are really impactful in our lives no matter what stage we're in. And then you're a 2019 Hall of Fame inductee. I know you've talked in the past, hey, the awards and the accolades don't matter, but I want to see what that meant to you and talk about the future and, of course, your new book. We're in studio with Sidney Moncrief, NBA and Bucks legend, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 10:30. ABC News and local headlines are coming up. And then more with Sidney Moncrief.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. In a 5-4 decision, the Supreme Court has ruled that USAID must pay international aid groups that have already provided services. President Trump had been trying to pause that funding, says ABC's Devin Dwyer.
Four conservative justices dissenting. Justice Alito writing, I am stunned that the Supreme Court has taken this position, ordering the executive to pay out money that he doesn't want to pay out.
Some aid groups say they risk going under without those government funds. The Trump administration pushing a list of more than 440 federal properties it has identified to close or sell, including the main Department of Justice building and the FBI headquarters. Later, it backtrack on that list. A senior Canadian government official tells the Associated Press Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is not willing to lift Canada's retaliatory tariffs if President Trump leaves any tariffs on Canada. Stocks holding steadier today than the past 2 days. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:31. I'm Connie Weber. A sixth inmate has died at the troubled maximum security prison in Waupun. The Wisconsin State Journal reports 23-year-old Damian Evans died Tuesday. Based on a report from the Department of Corrections website, no additional details as to the cause of death. This marks the sixth death at the prison in 2 years and the first since the DOC lifted lockdown conditions that had lasted for more than a year. New details about a teen missing from Oak Creek. 13-year-old Lillian Asala said she needed to get fresh air Saturday, March 1st, before leaving the house near South Pennsylvania Avenue and East Forest Hill Avenue on foot with no belongings. Asala's last known location was Abinchin Park near Drexel and Clement in Oak Creek. Based on her cell phone location around 5 p.m. Her phone found at the skate park on Sunday. You can see photos of Asala on our website, WTMJ.com. With a looming deadline of May 7th requiring real IDs to fly domestically or visit a federal building, more than a third of Wisconsin driver's licenses are not real ID compliant. Milwaukee Journal Sentinel reports more than 36% of Wisconsin's valid driver's license or ID cards currently don't display the real ID star. Those who still need a real real ID. Must apply for one at a physical Department of Motor Vehicles office. Cost is the same price as getting a regular driver's license, $34. Time for some news about your money. In the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update, Dow is down 46 points, 42,474. The Nasdaq down 87 at 18,197. S&P 500 down 24 at 5,753. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Taking a look at the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time safer traffic. We have a disabled vehicle. It is off-right, blocking the shoulder, I-43 south at Silver Spring Drive. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Wind advisory in effect from 2 p.m. to midnight for all of southeastern Wisconsin. Rain changing to snow, windy. It's going to get colder too. High today 45, 32 degrees by 6 p.m. Snow showers should end early tonight with an overnight low of 24. Sunny, breezy tomorrow, high 40. A chance of light snow on Friday after a high of 38. Flurries Saturday night with a high 42 and partly cloudy Sunday with a high of 49. 33 in Madison, 35 in Green Bay, 43 in Milwaukee. I'm Connie Weber, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 1034.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. At BBC, we sell all the top brands of lights and ceiling fans, such as Visual Comfort, Tech, Schoenbeck Crystal, and hundreds more. We get every brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. In our award-winning showroom, you'll also find factory closeouts with lights and fans priced well below their original cost. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 10 to 4, and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's, near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Are you sick of not being your bank's top priority? We are too. At Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. We're proud to be your one true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. That's right in your backyard. Whether you're opening your first account, buying a home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have tailored solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank at Wintrust.com. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp Banks. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only inside the arena at the Waukesha County Fairgrounds. Millions of inventory must be sold. Prices are slashed up to 60% off retail, so save thousands. Save big on new hot tubs, spas, and saunas. Also cold tubs. Plus, see the Michael Phelps Signature Swim Spas by Master Spas.
Hi, I'm Michael Phelps. Join the swimming revolution.
The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show this weekend only inside the arena at the Waukesha County Fairgrounds. Visit 800spasale.com.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. We are joined by NBA and Bucks legend Sidney Moncrief in studio, talking business and books and much more. So, Sid, after your playing days, you've been on the board of directors for Fortune 500 companies. How did your NBA career prepare you for the boardrooms that you're in each and every day?
It doesn't.
Wow, all right.
No, it doesn't really. I had an attorney, and he taught me. He told me things I needed to do to prepare for, because the NBA does not. Everything is done for you. You have very little responsibility outside of when people have agents. They pay their bills. Agent book their flights. You have people doing things for you all the time. Now you get into the, quote, real world, and for some players, for the first time, you have to do things on your own. I had a person that forced me to when I played in the NBA.
Okay, that's good.
When I got out of the NBA.
Who was that?
Jay Dickey. He was a congressman at some point for the state of Arkansas. And I hated it when he was forcing me to read contracts. He's forcing me to go to meetings, forcing me to do all these things. I'm like, what the heck? But now it made all the difference. It increased my first of all, my exposure level, where things were easy when I transitioned from the NBA to the real world.
Yeah. And now you get to teach those lessons inside the corporate environment. I mean, being a star on high school team, college team, NBA, how do you work to bring people together inside corporate boardrooms?
Yeah. Well, when you say corporate, you're talking about government agencies, schools.
Organizations.
Organizations. I work with all types of organizations. And I break it down to simple principles, 2 principles that I teach.
Okay.
Number 1 is grit.
Okay.
That's a principle we teach throughout everything that we do. And G means growth. You have to get better every day. R, resilience. You have to snap back from setbacks. Number 3, intentionality. You have to have plans to be successful. And number 4, tenacity. You have to learn to play hard, work hard, give full effort. So grit is weaved throughout everything. And the most important thing we weave through all of my workshops is the concept of emotional intelligence, which is your ability to manage your relationships and also your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 5 components to emotional intelligence. They are empathy, self-awareness, self-regulation, social skills, and motivation discipline. If you can just hit on those 2 concepts as a foundation for being great or for reaching your goals, then you will go a long way in life. But we keep it very simple.
Yeah.
And we keep it fundamentally right, which is, I think, important.
And that's what communication's all about. Yes, you can have the different layers, but when you package things in a creative, simple way, people tend to take it to heart.
Absolutely, because retention is an issue.
Yeah.
If anything is too long, people will not retain it. That's data, scientific studies. If something is too complicated, people are going to be less likely to retain it. So we want to try to keep the retention rate very high in everything that we do. And the way you do that is to keep it fun. We do a lot of engagement with movement, music. We have fun. And number 2 is we keep it fundamentally grounded in those 2 principles.
When we come back, I want to talk about passion versus skill and how you teach that within organizations. And we're going to touch on your new children's book and what the lens there is. We're talking with Sidney Moncrief. This is The Upswing. You are listening to WTMJ.
New treatments for joint pain are here. By now, you've heard about regenerative medicine. If you're wondering if you're a good candidate, answer these questions. First, does chronic pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or other joints keep you from doing the things you enjoy? Golfing, jogging, time with the family. Does it hurt doing the things you need to do, like getting out of bed, sleeping, working, and walking? And finally, do you want to avoid surgery and all of the pain, long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? If you answered yes to any of those, you need to call QC Kinetics now. Learn about exciting advancements in regenerative treatments that can give you long-lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics. That's QC Kinetics. Here's the phone number.
Call now, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474.
When you're due for tire service, visit richlands.com for the location nearest you.
We'll give you free flat tire repair on every tire we install. No questions asked. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands. You're due for service.
Richlands.
Hi, I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates. If you save for retirement in a 401k or IRA, let me ask you, do you know how much of that money is actually yours? Or will taxes take a bigger bite than you expected? Right now, taxes are historically low, but with growing national debt and government spending, do you think they'll really stay that way? Many retirees are shocked to realize the IRS might be one of the biggest expenses in retirement. Here's the good news. You do have options. Smart tax strategies can help you keep more of your hard-earned money instead of handing it over to Uncle Sam. At Drake & Associates, we help our clients create tax-efficient retirement income plans so they can enjoy their wealth instead of worrying about it running out. And here's the catch. These strategies work best when you plan ahead. That's why I'm offering you a free retirement toolkit and a copy of my book, Get Retirement Ready, to help you understand how taxes could impact your retirement and what you can do about it. Text TAX to 414-897-9522 right now to claim your free copy while supplies last. The longer you wait, the fewer options you may have. Take control of your retirement today. text TAX to 414-897-9522. Drake and Associates, helping you keep more of what you've earned.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Welcome back to the Upswing. Appreciate you being here, spending time with Sidney Moncrief, NBA great, Bucks great. Lots of lessons learned post-playing career, and you've packaged those so well, Sid, in your team dynamics and peak performance books and the work that you do. Now, you have 7 grandkids, almost
7 grandkids. That's right.
All right,
it's a lot of fun. It's nothing like taking that photograph.
Yes, indeed.
Of grandpa with the grandkids.
Yeah,
because people think you're a great granddad when they see that. They don't know I'm a slug sometimes. I'm a slug grandpa.
So you're taking some of that grandpa wisdom and packaging it into a new kids book. Tell us what that's all about.
Yes, I've written 12. This will be my 12th book.
Okay.
And I've written books about all these different subjects. And I said, it would be great to write a children's book with my grandkids. And so I decided to make it on entrepreneurship. And it's called The Grit Kids.
Okay.
They're the Grit Kids.
Yeah, that's right.
Teach Grandpa Sid the biz. So I have officially become a grandpa. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to take the concept of entrepreneurship and put it with a different lens. Because a lot of times people think of money, businesses, financials, and those type things.
Right.
So I took it and I twisted it and put it the lens of literacy. Because the ability to research, speak, listen, write is so very important in everything that we do. And it's very important in entrepreneurship. So we have a book that's a combination of entrepreneurship, a little bit of entrepreneurship, but a lot of saying we need to understand these principles of literacy.
Yeah. Well, and the way that younger generations are now speaking, listening, writing, and doing research is changing so quickly that they can teach you a whole lot, right?
No.
Come on, not my grandkids.
No. But the research part, obviously with technology, is a whole new ball game. And they can certainly teach a lot in that area, but the others, they're not taught. Remember, in schools, most test scores are based on reading. Which is only one part. They don't talk a lot about writing. They don't talk a lot about speaking. It's kind of hard to measure listening, right? Yeah. And then the research part. So I think raising the awareness, not only for the students, but also for education in general and the parents, of saying literacy is more than just reading. You have all these other things are just as important.
Yeah. How do you teach leadership? I mean, when you're talking to your grandkids or your kids, does leadership start at a certain level, or are we as humans just supposed to be constantly learning those lessons?
Jeff, that's a great question. I think you teach traits of leadership, like things like curiosity, which is one of the most important parts of leadership, because curiosity means that you want more information. You want more information so you can learn more about people. You learn more about people because you want to build better relationships. So curiosity, the core values that a person has, is leadership. But at the end of the day, are you consistent, right? Are you competent? Do you communicate well?
Yeah.
Now, are you able to put all these traits together consistently day in and day out to become a great leader? No one's perfect.
Yeah.
You're going to maybe fail on one day and not the other day, but leadership is all really about consistency, putting those principles in practice day in and day out.
How do you evaluate passion versus skill in organizations? Everyone says follow your passion. Others say, whoa, you just have to have the right skill set to make your career success?
Yeah, that's such a good question. Skill and will. To be a great leader or successful, you need to have the skill, and then you need to have the will. Be it passionate in a particular area, maybe broadcasting. Are you passionate in athletics? However, do you have the basic will and just general principles of life, like effort, like flexibility, like work ethic, those type things, right?
Yeah.
You want to develop the will in those areas and then develop the hard skills in another area. The soft skills, hard skills, we teach a lot of soft skills.
Okay.
So very important. Now with technology, now you have automation, you have AI. So now the social skills, the human skills will become more important in the future, not less important.
Yeah. Teaching lessons, NBA great. Sidney Moncrief joins us. When we come back, Sid, I want to talk post-playing career for kids and how players and parents can better tackle this. Because there comes a point in all of our lives where the games stop, and how do you continue to move forward? This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Warmer temps are on their way, which means it's time for the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin Spring Home Improvement Showcase on WTMJ. I love this. It's going to be fun. It's going to be informative. Get all the tips, the tricks, and the best practices to improve your home with our trusted partners, including J&J Contractors and Bruce's team at Realty Executives. It's the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin Spring Home Improvement Showcase. Going to be great. It's only here on WTMJ.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from Three Pillars resident Lola.
I had seen a lot of retirement places. In a minute, I drove into the driveway coming into Three Pillars. I was sold. The grounds are just beautiful. The management are just incredibly kind people. That mood permeates the atmosphere to me, whether it's the staff, the people that's serving in the restaurant, and the residents themselves. It's just a lot of caring, kind people.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org. Are you ready to embark on a voyage like no other? At Fox World Travel, our specialty cruise desk creates unforgettable cruise experiences just for you. Explore the serene Mediterranean, the exotic Caribbean, or the breathtaking beauty of Alaska. We partner with top cruise lines including Celebrity, Holland America, Royal Caribbean, and Viking. Enjoy personalized itineraries, exclusive deals, and expert guidance. From booking to boarding, we manage all the details for a stress-free experience. Call 866-GO-FOX-GO, press 2, and mention code radio to start planning.
Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, or retirement this week with a free dinner at the historic Fox & Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill. Buy one dinner, get one free, 7 nights a week. Google Fox & Hounds restaurant and enjoy your free dinner.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Chief Anti-Heartbreak Officer Brian Wickert. While national headlines talk about the inventory of homes for sale being a lot higher this year, that's still not the case in most of Wisconsin. The good news is that now, even in winter, AccuNet's experienced loan consultants are already helping many of our pre-approved home shoppers become homeowners and avoid the heartbreak of losing in a multi-offer situation. Sure, you can go with a flimsy, unimaginative bank pre-approval, or you can present your offer with an AccuNet rock-solid, fully verified, and guaranteed pre-approval that also might come with the phrase that really makes sellers happy: no appraisal required. When an appraisal is needed, we can also show you in dollars and cents what it means to willingly pay a certain dollar amount over the appraised value if that's what's needed to win, which is usually a lot less scary than people imagine. Reduce your risk of home shopper heartbreak by getting started with your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Shopco Optical. Get eyewear for everything you do at Shopco Optical. Schedule your annual comprehensive eye exam, check out new frame styles, and order your annual supply of contact lenses all in one place. Enjoy the time and attention your eyes deserve at Shopco Optical. Receive quality eye care and a personalized vision solution tailored to your specific vision and lifestyle needs. Call Shopco Optical or visit shopco.com to schedule an appointment at a location nearest you.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined in studio by Bucks legend Sidney Moncrief. Sid, I need to know, how can we all be better sports parents or sports grandparents?
Yeah, you talk about grandparents. Well, grandparents just sit down and shut up.
Amen.
Leave it up to the parents. But that's a pet peeve of mine. Because I grew up where my mom did not want me to play basketball. Number one, real quickly, did not want me to play basketball. Finally went to a game in junior high school. And as I got better, she, of course, attended more games. But I never felt the pressure that she had greater expectations of me than I had for myself.
Okay.
I never had the expectations that, boy, you really need to do well because you need a scholarship. You need to do well because I need a new house. Didn't have any of that. We have to understand as parents the pressure we put on our kids. I'm not saying not hold them accountable for best effort, listen to the coach, being a good teammate, being a good team player. Yeah, 4 good things. But when we start trying to micromanage and define their greatness by how loud, how loud we yell, right?
Yeah.
Or how we feel like we're pushing our kids to this certain level, then we're probably doing more harm than we are good.
Because ultimately in sports, we're all learning lessons that are going to translate in some way, shape, or form into what we're going to do in our professional careers.
Yeah, sports is all about developing the ability to have skills that's going to help you later in life, right? And part of that is being well-rounded.
Yeah.
Being well-grounded. You can't do that when a parent is yelling in your ear or yelling at the other kid or at the coach. It just sets such a bad example for everyone.
Yeah. So later in the week, you're going to give kids the experience to meet CEOs in the area. 30 for 30, Shadow a CEO program. Tell us briefly what that's all about.
Yeah, in Milwaukee, we're going to do it for high school and college students, and they're going to meet leaders and CEOs. We'll come in and we'll do a activity. We'll do a mini workshop, a table, what we call a leadership table, where leaders will go to each table. We'll have lunch. Then they'll go out and do a soft shadow with those leaders, and then they'll come back. It's an impactful event. It allows them to get more exposure, engagement, education, and experiences, which are the 4 E's that we emphasize as it relates to developing young people and adults.
Mentorship, so very important for sure. Finally, first, I'm going to thank you again for a young 10-year-old Jeff Sherman for taking the time to respond to my fan mail. I appreciate that. And we also had a pretty fun picture together at the old Mecca during those photo days.
We sure did.
I'm going to share that on WTMJ.com later today, and maybe we can retake that photo if you so oblige.
We would definitely need to do that because you were so unruly when we took that photograph last time. You would not sit still. You called me bad names, and I had a smirk on my face.
The hair looked great, and the velour shirt was beautiful.
Right.
Finally, Sidney Moncrief, define success for us.
Success is doing the best that you can with what you have. Whatever you're blessed with is taking that skill, that ability, and doing the best that you can. Might not be as good as Michael Jordan or Larry Bird or LeBron, but it's the best that you have to offer at whatever skill you might have.
Very good. Bucks great, NBA legend Sidney Moncrief. I appreciate your time this morning. All the best with your events for the rest of the week. Coming up next, Wisconsin's Midday News. But first, business headlines.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
A pair of national restaurant chains could be coming to Oconomowoc Olympia Fields redevelopment. A Chipotle and a Florida-based breakfast, brunch, and lunch chain called